So here are some Australian wood ducks that I filmed this afternoon. Um, I just I decided to film these ducks because I was actually filming the pukekos earlier, but the video didn't turn out very well. And then these ducks came rushing out of the water because I think they were attracted by the food that I was eating, and there was so many of them, and it's just a bit of a mystery to me where all of these little Australian wood ducks came from. You'll remember just like like a few weeks ago, there were some baby ducklings walking around the park, and they've suddenly sort of disappeared. And I'm just wondering, these ducks look a bit smaller than your average wood duck. They don't look fully mature, and I'm just wondering, how quickly do ducks mature? Is it possible that those little missing ducks that I haven't seen for several weeks, is it possible that these could be the same ducks? Do ducks mature that quickly? I don't know, because when I'm looking at the pukekos, they literally seem to grow up before my eyes within the span of 3 or 4 weeks. So yeah, and they're looking almost like adult birds now. And these ducks have a similar look to them. They don't look like fully mature ducks. They're a little bit smaller in stature. Their necks are not quite as long, and they have the same markings as their parents. But I really don't think that these are adult ducks, even though you know. I mean, I'll stand corrected if I see those little ducklings again, but I just have a feeling that yeah, I was just watching them enjoy, their food and stuff. They came for the apple, but I was at the point where I'd pretty much had almost finished eating it. So, but because there were so many of them, I just thought I'd take a video. But I'm kind of amazed. Like, I don't know for sure. It's a bit of a mystery to me. But those little ducklings, there were so many of them. There was a big group of them, and I think they were all from the same nest, and they all went together. Like they were walking around together with the parents. And it was literally only about a month ago that I saw them, and now I can only see one duckling walking around, which looks like it hatched relatively recently. But these ducks. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but the Australian wood duck has quite a long neck, and these ducks do not have, their necks are not as quite as long as the adults. They just look like smaller, kind of shorter versions to me. Um, it's hard to tell by looking at them on camera because you have to do a comparison close up. But they do have beautiful markings. But I just have a feeling that these are semi-mature, like similar to the pukekos. I have a feeling these might possibly be the ducks that have just sort of little ducklings that have disappeared. It's not that they disappeared; they just grew up really quickly, and because they were hidden away, they only came out a couple times, and they've been eating probably constantly like the other birds. I think they just grew up really quickly, and they're not quite fully mature because you can tell by their behaviour that they're young still. You can tell because the adults are quite shy around people. They don't approach like that, and they were like sort of quacking and sort of begging for food, like little, young babies. I don't know, like that's just the impression that I got. So I don't know. Take what you want from that, but I think they're beautiful birds, and I thought I'd make another video because it's something different. And the pukekos, it gets boring if you're just watching the same footage constantly. So I'm documenting the changes as they happen, and hopefully you'll see in my last video that quite a bit has changed. I'm not sure what to say here because I have a feeling I'm going to be editing a portion of this video out because there's a bit of shakiness.